Did you know that there's an alternative to surgery? And we have this incredible table, and it's called a spinal decompression table. And this is a non surgical approach to back pain and neck pain. So, for all of you people out there that are suffering with neck pain or pain that's referring into an arm, or if you get numbness or tingling, if you're losing your grip strength, if you have that good old sciatica that goes down that leg, oftentimes that's caused by spinal stenosis, which is narrowing of that spine. It can be caused by a herniated disc, a bulging disc. People call it a slipped disc. It can be spinal degenerative disc. So your discs that are in that spine are degenerating, they're getting old, they're losing their hydration, and that causes pain. And here's why. Because you have these sweet little bones that are piled on top of each other, and you have these cushy discs in between. These discs act as shock absorbers. So if you don't have a good curve in your neck and the right curve in your low back, and those discs start to take the impact of the loss of the curve, and what happens is you get that degeneration. You get all of those things that I talked about. And you go then to the orthopedist or physical therapy or to the chiropractor, and we say, yes, you've got degenerative disc, you've got spinal stenosis, you've got a herniated disc. We've done an MRI. We know, we've taken x-rays. We can see sometimes you have a curve. All of those different things that can cause excruciating pain in that low back and in that neck, sending pain down the arm or down into that leg, almost sometimes into that huge big toe of ours. And this is really painful. And in fact, it impacts our ability to have a quality of life. And spinal decompression actually has an 86% effectiveness rate. In my office, we actually see it work incredibly well, even more than 86% of the time, but that's what the studies show us. Surgery, a lot of people have failed surgeries. So even after a surgery, they may come to us and say, oh, Dr. Deb, my surgery failed. I've tried everything. And we do some spinal decompression with them, and it makes a huge difference. It helps remove the pain, stop the sciatica. And the way it works is this. We hook you to this very specialized table, and we strap either your neck in or your low back in. And what we do is it pulls and releases, and it creates this incredible vacuum. And the vacuum sucks those discs back in, and it takes the pressure off of the nerves, because those nerves are coming out the holes, and the spinal cord comes down, right? So if we can take the pressure off of those nerves, and we can then, with that vacuum, pump the toxins out and all the fresh nutrition in, we can stimulate that healing process. And we get huge amounts of healing when we do that. So I think that's pretty incredible. Spinal decompression is an excellent way to not have to have surgery. And I tell my patients this all the time. You want to prevent surgery. I tell my patients this all the time. You want to prevent surgery. And the reason you want to prevent surgery at all costs is because once you have surgery, that is permanent. And typically they'll do a fusion, right? So they screw in and put a metal plate. And then what happens to the level above and the level below is that you lose the motion in there. So when you lose the motion in there, then you get more degeneration. And guess what happens? Eventually, the level above and the level below require surgery as well. So you want to try to prevent it in the first place, if at all possible. I know there are cases that there are medical emergencies. You have to have that surgery. It saves your life. And boy, we'll deal with the repercussions of that after. But if you can prevent it any way, shape, or form, that is really what you want to do. Now, we have a question that just came in from Mona, and Mona says, will this help if I am on pain medications just to get through the day? Mona, yes, absolutely, it will help you. If you're on pain medications, you can still do spinal decompression. And if you are taking pain medications to make it through the day, then there is a deeper problem. We just got to figure out what it is. We may need to do some x-rays. We may need to do an MRI, but we'll figure out what it is. We'll go through your history, and then we can talk about spinal decompression, how to do it, and what we need to do to fix it. Now, The typical approach is 20 sessions. And during those sessions, we do some heat to warm the area up. We do a chiropractic adjustment so that the spine is straight, and we do decompression to take the pressure off of those nerves, pump up those discs, and help you heal. So that is actually a really great question, and I hope I answered it for you. And I hope I have talked to all of you out there that are suffering from pain and didn't know that there was another approach, a healthier approach, an easier approach. And I'll tell you, I myself have spinal degeneration and a herniated disc, C5, C6, C6, C7. They told me I was a perfect candidate for surgery, and if I didn't have surgery, then I was going to have to lose the strength in my hand, and that I would not be able to eventually use my hand. And I thought, God, there's got to be a different way. And it works. I never had surgery. I have very little pain, if at all. And when I do one session and I feel amazing. I do massage therapy, chiropractic, all of that works together with spinal decompression for a healthier you. So if you want to talk about this further, I can really talk to you about it because I have lived through it and I know the benefits of it. I know how it feels, so I can kind of walk you through it to see if this is a really good fit for you. Now, I hope this gives you lots of really great information. I hope I've answered all of your questions. If you do have more questions and you want to email me, you can email me at feelbetter@lakepointwellnesscenter.com, or you can just go to our website at feelbetterhere.com and you can find our contact information. Or if you're like me and you like to just pick up the phone and hear a voice on the other end, give us a call at 770-974-5215. I hope you have an incredible day, and until next time, wishing you loads and loads of love and light and health and happiness. Bye-bye.